Coming up, a look at Tookie's dwindling legal options. American students in American classrooms learning about American history from, get this, Mexican textbooks. And these lessons aren't exactly pro-American. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the big box office bucks, how the Chronicles of Narnia could be the key to turning around Hollywood's fortunes this Christmas. That's straight ahead on The Big Story. Some American children are getting a lesson in American history from, guess what, the Mexican consulate. Huh? Let's ask William Lajeunesse how this happened. He's live in our Los Angeles newsroom. What is this deal, William?
Well, John, this isn't the first time that many have complained of Mexico meddling in U.S. affairs, from immigration to incarceration. But this is the first time we know that they've gone into U.S. schools. Basically, let's take a look at some of these books. These are textbooks about Mexican history, math, and geography being distributed inside U.S. schools. The program began in 1990. All, of course, the books are in Spanish. They're distributing their own version of history and U.S. history, and it does not paint a pretty picture of America. All 47 consulates distribute the books in hundreds of U.S. cities. One book calls the Mexican-American War disastrous, calling the Stars and Stripes an enemy flag, saying the U.S. illegally occupied Mexico. There's no mention of the $15 million the U.S. paid for California and Mexican military incursions into Texas.
We understand that people may have concerns that other people are learning facts that they don't want them to learn. You know, I grew up in a time when communism was not to be talked about or taught about, and yet we got older, we needed to know.
Santa Ana, California is one of the school districts where the consulate delivers books. Mexico also promotes there a drawing contest titled This Is My Mexico, celebrating Mexican history in U.S. schools. Winners get an expense-paid trip to Mexico City. Now, we tried to talk to the Mexican Council in L.A. about this education program. They refused. Some officials, however, school board members, want these books out of U.S. classrooms, considering the program foreign interference.
I think it should stop, because it's just not appropriate for the Mexican government, through the Mexican consulate, to try to influence our educational system. You know, we want our children to know about America, about our country, what made it great, and even its flaws.
Mexico says this is one way for it to stay in touch with Mexican nationals and their children living here in the U.S. John?
Another way is for them to invite them home to attend Mexican classrooms and read the same books. Oh, William, we'll talk about that later. Thanks a lot. A mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow lost 11, the NASDAQ gained 4, and the S&P edged up.